And welcome to Let's Play Skyrim, The Elder Scrolls V by Mr. Joseph. And we left off here right up front of Shroud, Hearth, Barrow. This is a, well, it's a barrow. I think Barrow is some sort of burial
trail of blood leading
concept.
away from here.
I don't know, I could be wrong, but
this ruin is.
anyway,
You're not thinking of raiding it, are you? Here's like us.
You know, I guess what I would say about this is that it has some parallels between Black Falls Barrow in that it has a lot of Draugr and burial related, maybe some skeletons, we'll see. Anyway, it's obviously within the town of Everstead, and I'm looking around the outside here to see what kind of interesting things we can locate out here before we go in. But this would appear to be the instance, if you will, when I say instance, I mean the actual dungeon. I'm looking at the, what is it? It's called the Unofficial Elder Scrolls Pages, UESP. And so this is a very interesting site. It has a lot of information about Skyrim and the Elder Scrolls in general.
The tombs of kings are always.
And I hope I'm not going to distract too much from what's going on in the movie here, because obviously I'm just looking around for treasure right now. It's pretty generic right now. Shroud Barrow is a Nordic ruin located just northeast of Everstead. It has two interior zones, Shroud Hearth Barrow and Shroud Hearth Depths. I guess those are two separate instant zones. Ooh, there's a... Is that skeleton talking? I think it is. I can't really see, but it's like that part in the movie, or in the ride, if you go to Disney World, Pirates of the Caribbean, where there's the talking skull that says, "Warning, there be rough waters ahead." Alright, this room looks interesting. Some levers and stuff. Maybe I use one of these levers to open that gate over there. Nope, I just got Indiana Jones'd. Is that a verb? It really should be. Anyway, Shroud Barrow, you get the quest from Wilhelm. He says the barrow is haunted, so that's basically all we know about it. He says, can you investigate what's going on? It looks like the barrow up north, the burial ground, is haunted.
Remember that.
The Unofficial Elder Scrolls pages describes it as being just outside or just northeast of Everstead. I think it's actually within the city. Anyway, He said there was some guy, Wendelius Gatharian, an adventurer who tried exploring the barrow a year ago but never returned. So that's interesting. We'll keep that in mind. Looking for signs of this adventurer, Wendelius. Anyway, the main quest, I guess, is called Lifting the Shroud. It's investigate the haunted barrow outside of Everstead. I guess they are calling it outside of Everstead. Anyway, you want to check that book for the illusion upgrade there. It's a good bonus for our illusionists among us. Alright, so that one seemed... After playing with those things long enough, I was finally able to get the other gate to open. But I'm realizing now, as I'm halfway into this, that Hjormir is not with us. He must have been left behind up here. I better check that out. Hopefully I can simply go upstairs and pick him up. Well, here we are. I cut ahead to outside of the barrow, and there's Hjormir. He just got left behind right outside the barrow. So we'll go ahead and grab him and make sure he comes in this time. And cut back inside. And continue where we left off. So the first time we explored kind of off to the left there, we found the levers, and we opened this other gate, which is to the right, or to my left now.
They are the
there.
true enemy. Make no mistake.
Head through here. And... got some more skeletons and a chain. Let's try the chain. Okay, that works for the door. That's good to know. Whoa, there was a sound that just got made. That almost felt like a blade coming down somewhere. I'll have to be on my guard for traps when I go that direction. I think maybe I activated some sort of trap that I heard. Anyway, so inside the, so this is an apprentice lock, and I'm just going to try to... You know, I think, did you hear that beeping? I was trying to figure out what that was. It must be, because I left my mic channel open the first time I did when I did this series of recordings. By the way, folks, and I appreciate your patience, it hasn't been too noticeable except during quieter moments of the action. But I appreciate your patience with regard to the open mic channel. I've done my very best to avoid having that deteriorate the sound quality of most of my videos, but it's not my normal standard. I'm almost done with the video footage. Yeah, there's a trap there. I'm almost done with the video footage that had the open mic channel left open. But anyway, I got my apprentice lock. Yikes, that looks like a very dangerous, deadly trap. So if I were smart, I would tell my compatriots to wait behind, because I don't want them to get skewered either. Realistically speaking, that... Oh, and I just got hit myself. As did Vargoth, or whatever his name is. I really should try to remember his name better, because I'm just having trouble remembering his name. I think it's Vargoth or Valkyris or something. Sounds a lot like the companion nomenclature that we're used to. Okay, so here we are down here in this bottom right-hand chamber, if you will. Let's see. I guess there's a couple of doors here.
What
we
will
could
Skyrim have become
pick one, or I guess we better loot the room first, but I think I'm going to choose this one. And there's a flame trap there, so I gotta be careful. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for the flame trap to go away, let's check this one out. There is a blue, pale image there. Something in the room that looks like glowing see-through blue. And in the meantime, coming back here, that trap is gone. And when I open this door, I hear this sound. But I don't see anybody in there. The door closed, I think, automatically. Oh, and I see a red dot now. It's back in that other room. Okay, oh, and it's shooting flames at us. Well, I'm glad I didn't get fireballed. I could have died. Well, that didn't take much. My people killed him. It's Wendelius Gathrian, the adventurer, except for he looks like a phantom or something. A potion of phantom form. How about that? Well, looks like he returned to his normal state there. And heading towards his room here. I mean, I might want to double check that one, but I want to loot and see what's going on here. Because I'm very confused. If this place is haunted, why is he attacking us? I thought we would be saving him, right? From the ghosts or whatever. Guess I'll take this potion and whatnot. There's a human skull. That's kind of cool. It's almost Halloween, by the way, in real life. It's when I'm recording this, and you'll probably see by the upload date, it's early October.
With my brothers, waging war
the video
against the
itself,
Empire.
however, was recorded, I think, back in like July or something, so I'm a little bit behind, obviously. I've recorded a hell of a lot of videos, and it takes me a while to get the audio tracks put in. Let's read this journal and see what's going on. Journal of Wendelius Gathrian. Morning Star. I've set up a camp inside the Barrow. This has to be the place. According to all of my research, the burial chamber should be located here. All I need is time to undisturbed to find the claw. It must be hidden somewhere. Next day, had a close call with the townsfolk, that fool Wilhelm. He came close to the Barrow. I was able to scare him off by rattling some pottery shards in a bag. These people are far too suspicious for their own good. Gives me an idea. After a few failures, I came up with a mixture that should do the trick. Glow is perfect. I should look exactly like one of the supposed spirits of the people Everstead believes is haunting this Barrow. Going to test it out tomorrow. Next day. Success. It worked better than I could have imagined. All I had to do was wonder about the Barrow, blah, blah, blah. Had to stop myself from laughing aloud as they ran away. This should keep them at bay as I continue searching. Almost half a year has passed and no sign of the claw, the next day says. And any clues to its whereabouts. This is becoming maddening. It has to be here. I can't risk hiring an assassin. I'll have to continue alone. Next day. It isn't here. It can't be here. This isn't right. It must be the people of Everstead. They must be onto my ruse, and they have been toying with me. They want to find the burial chamber on their own and keep the riches for. And it looks like the evening star. Why? Why are they tormenting me? Why not just destroy me? I am who I am. My head is becoming cluttered. I can't remember anything. I have to read my journal to remember my purpose. Am I part of this tomb? Am I meant to guard it? What? So this guy is clear. And if you want to read every single word, just go back and pause the video there. I couldn't finish reading it out loud in time. But basically what that tells us is that this guy came down here to search for treasure. He needed the claw, which is a familiar imagery to us from the Bleak Falls Barrow, which used a claw to enter a door. And let's go down here, speaking of claw. This room looks awfully familiar, doesn't it? This looks like the claw room in Bleak Falls Barrows. This is the claw room in Shrouded Hearth Barrow. But anyway, the guy went down here to look for the treasure behind this door, but he didn't have the claw. So he'd been looking around the area of the barrow that we've accessed so far, and he couldn't find it. And neither could we, frankly. We've looked pretty thoroughly. After a while, he used his phantom form potions to start scaring the townsfolk off. And and by the way, I had to cut some out there of me just wandering around aimlessly. But then he realized that the townsfolk, maybe the claw wasn't down here, and maybe the townsfolk were now tormenting him. He started to lose his mind, go crazy, lost his memory, couldn't remember what his purpose was, and thought maybe he was supposed to guard the barrow, like some sort of ghoul, like guarding the barrow. But in any event, ultimately, he had to read the journal just to remember who he was. So that tells you a lot about who he is and what he's doing down there. We killed him, looted him, and now we know a lot about what's going on. Now we can probably tell Wilhelm. So let's go talk to Wilhelm.
If there's anything I can get you, just let me know. Keep an eye out for wolves if you're headed up the path to High Hrothgar. I don't get many visitors.
Yes?
Need a room? Maybe a drink? Let me see.
Okay,
that.
turn in the quest here.
Can't believe this. It was all just a fabrication of this Windelius character. I can't believe we were so stupid. Well, least I can do is give you something for taking care of him. If you won't accept it as a payment, consider it a gift.
Okay, he gave me the claw as a gift here, so that's
If
great.
you're headed up to the monastery,
Here's the Rocky, by the way.
Back so soon.
Talk to him
This is
about
not a good sign.
his conspiracy that there's only
Outwit
67
it
whatever
before I
steps
lose
instead
my
of 7,000.
I think you should continue with your... I think you played beautifully. Then it would be a shame if you
rebuild
stopped.
Skyrim into the
All
land she
right,
once
Wilhelm.
was.
I suppose it's the least I can do for you.
Okay. So... yeah, so... we have the Sapphire Claw. We can go back in there and finish that dungeon probably. Or do what they call the Shrouded Hearth Depths dungeon. But I think what I'm going to do instead, sorry for the awkward pause there.
Well,
I'm going to go
walking.
investigate another matter that Wilhelm told me about, and that's this mysterious island here. And Nerfi, you remember the crazy guy? His sister. Okay, so Wilhelm told us, I think in an earlier video, I hope I didn't cut it out, but I think one of the early videos told us that this woman from town would go over to this island to gather alchemy ingredients, and this was Nerfi's sister or something like that. And she went over here, I don't know, a couple of weeks, 5 months, I don't know, a period of time, not a terribly long period of time, but, you know, long enough to be concerned that she might be in trouble, possibly, you know, dead. She went over here and had not been heard from, so we're going to go investigate and see if we can find any sign of her and or what she was doing over here. And there's Geirmund's Hall discovered. Now, we were told a little bit about Geirmund's Hall, that it's some sort of resting place for one of these mage-type figures or something, and I don't remember. I think that we have a book about it, but I think it was something to do with these powerful battle mages that had all been part of a group or something that were buried around Skyrim. So we're going to take a look and see if we can investigate and discover what's going on in here. Quite frankly, that's going to take up the remainder of this video. Now, I could have cut the video right there, and frankly, I probably should have. But
What was that?
anyway, we're gonna go ahead and at least start this other dungeon. Wow, that was a powerful fireball, dude. Okay, but you know, as we've noticed in prior dungeons, especially outdoor entrance type dungeons, there's a lot of mushrooms and things around, so we're gonna harvest a few of those before we get going here. Adventurer, is this the woman? Lost Legends, I definitely want to read that at some point here. See what's going on down here. It's pretty bleak, actually, pretty barren. There's a hole in the ground there. Do I have to jump through the hole, I wonder? Looks like I might, because it looks like there's not any other routes places to go. Lots of mushrooms though, so hopefully, you know, if you want to make alchemy potions later, whatever, grab these. The ingredients don't weigh much, so I wouldn't shy away from grabbing those. Okay, it looks like I'm supposed to fall in here. It's supposed to drop you in the water there, but I felt like something didn't quite work out with the sound effects or whatever on mine. Okay, so, and it's obviously damp down here. That's a really cool effect with the water dripping down there. And, you know, good graphics. It feels like you're down in a dungeon. Can you imagine how... Oh, and here's Lost Legends that I was going to read earlier. But I was going to say... Well, okay, let me just summarize here. So, King's Battle Mage, something or other about... some ancient... I don't know, something about the reason we're down here. If you're... Again, I'd recommend pausing and reading that yourself if you want to know all the details. But something about the King's Battle Mage being buried here. Anyway, can you imagine if you walked into a cave, first of all, in a dark, cold region, and there's a giant hole in the cave, I guess from which light was emanating, and water was in the bottom of that hole. Would you jump in? Hell no. But I guess we decided that that was a good idea, and here we are. So first things first, let's check out what's down in the water, because otherwise we're going to be wondering. Because it's clearly a large body of water. Okay, there's a little entrance over here. And, okay, we'll get some air. That's how swimming works in this game, by the way. And to be quite frank, I thought there was more down in the water, so I'm not sure why I'm going through this way. Well, our, well, what do you call it? A fire bat. He's basically a fire bat from StarCraft. Or, what do you call him? A flamethrower man in the conventional army. Okay. So, as usual, can't really tell much from the map. So, and I think I activated a trap there. Clearly I did. Yet another Indiana Jones trap. Very cool though. But let me, okay, now we're going back and doing the water thing. So let's check that out. Empty, okay. Ooh, a soul gem, okay. And a chest, let's get it. Okay, that's fine. Water breathing potion. Iron great sword. Well, I'm carrying too much to run now. Is that going to affect my ability to swim, I wonder? Who knows? Well, oh, and the thing is saying that I'm running out of air. And you only get about, it's like about 6 or 7 seconds before you die once you start running out of air. And here I am dying. That's really cool, though. It recognizes the low gravity water environment there. So I reloaded, and there's this stone here you gotta press, I guess. But otherwise, yeah, and I think I already went over there and grabbed that stuff on the reload, and so let's go through the main door again. Or did I? Maybe I didn't. Guess we'll go on up here, but in any event, well, let's, let me look up Geirmund's Hall, see what I can tell you about it. Geirmund's Hall is located on the shores of Lake Geir, near Iverstead. By the way, the lake is fed by the Treva River and is drained by Darkwater River. By the way, this is part of the quest called Investigate the Forgotten Galder Legend, and part of the quest The Straw That Broke, which is discovering what's plaguing Narki, the crazy dude. Okay, so turning our attention to Geirmund's Hall, as you watch me repeatedly grab that stuff from the other side there, that time more successfully. Geirmund's Hall is a small crypt east of Iverstead containing Draugr, frostbite spiders, and skeevers that is located in the island in the middle of Lake Geir. So anyway, let's go through here again and see if we can. The spiders are back here. Incidentally, there's one iron ore vein or 2 iron veins and 1 corundum vein. I I guess on the island there's some various fungus as well. Inside there's various fungus, some skeevers, etc. Alright, so just looking ahead a little bit here, killing these spiders, and well, anyway, I could read for you all this stuff, but I'm not going to. Let me read you the notes from this. What is it called? The unofficial Elder Scroll pages. Okay, so somebody's pointing out that raised stone that I pressed earlier doesn't seem to have a purpose. Doesn't seem to unlock any doors or whatever. Let's see here. I was just reading through some other notes about the boss in this dungeon. Well, we'll get to that. I don't want to spoil anything about that, but you know, you got a chance to see me do a lock there, and that one took me a while. And there's not a whole lot in here to get in light of it, but there's a little bit. I guess I'll take this stuff. Painted round light shield. That looks interesting. Bottle, book, armor. Oh, the ring armor looks really cool. It's going to cause me to have too much to carry, but we'll be able to sort that out with Geirmund outside. Maybe have him carry some of it. That's fine.
Of course.
Helicopters flying over my apartment in real life.
If you see my shoe brush somewhere in there,
so I'm going to give Geirmund some things here, and I'm going to cut most of that out.
Go with the 9.
Okay, so anyway, I'm reading these notes. There's a whole bunch of bugs about the boss in this dungeon too, so good to know. But anyway, I'm not sure we're even going to get to that in this video. So as you can see, I'm just moving in a little further and exploring, grabbing the chest here. I'm going to stop reading this. It probably makes for lousy commentary for me to be reading all the time because it distracts me from commentating in the video. But I thought it was really interesting when I read all that stuff about the 7,000 steps and all that. So, again, this is pretty unexciting stuff. Really the largest stop. Okay, so here's some symbols. There's bird and dolphin there on the left wall. We haven't really encountered much opposition in the way of enemies. Like we actually encountered more opposition in the very small Shroud Barrow so far. Oh, we got some Draugr. Okay, just as I spoke. And we got a pedestal that we can change the symbol on. Remembering that the symbols that we're going for here are hawk, dolphin on the left side. And it looks there on the other side, looks like it's dolphin snake. I am just nailing this guy with arrows. This is pretty cool. Good marksmanship race too. That's nice. Alright. Headshot at him there. Very nice. It takes a while, but you do fire pretty quickly in this game, so that's good, especially with the short bow, which I think I'm using a short bow finally. You know, I think we had this conversation previously, but a short bow fires faster, and it's better for interior sort of guerrilla, you know, not a lot of space combat. So that one's dolphin snake on the right side. So hawk, dolphin, on the left side, dolphin, snake on the right side. So we're going to want to change those things in that order. But anyway, as I was saying, short bow good for close quarters combat, longbow great for long distance and assassination type things. Okay, so that one's going to have to be dolphin. That one up there is going to have to be snake, but I'm going to wait on that. Neat little bone structures on the walls there, which is cool. And obviously the bottom of this area is filled with water, so it's just part of the dungeon, I guess. I'm gonna search this table. Oh wow, that skull comes out at you. That can kill you. Good thing I was not in the way when it did. Well, anyway, grabbing all this stuff, looting the Draugr, pretty boring stuff. You know, maybe in future videos I'll try to do a better job of taking out some of the loot. Anyway, a little bit more on Geirmund here. Geirmund's Hall is the burial ground of Lord Geirmund, Archmage of Windhelm, Lord Battlemage to King Harald. Sigdis Galderson is sealed here as an undead punishment for betrayal and murder. Okay, interesting. Notable items, there's some soul gems, there's a bow eventually, Galder black bow, Galder amulet fragment, two-handed skill book, Azra's staff, possible. Bunch of alchemy ingredients,
Just
blah,
kill
blah,
him
blah.
and let's be done with it already.
Well, let's go ahead and continue. I mean, obviously the video is pretty generic at this point. We're just going through a crypt with a bunch of Draugr. I'm gonna try to kill this guy. Hopefully he doesn't kill me. Fortunately, our buddy there, what's his name? Kicking ass as usual. He is really powerful, almost like Val. I'm gonna have to seriously consider benching him because he's too powerful. Either that or turn the difficulty way up. So I died there, and so I'm reloading. Just FYI. Some trivia about Geirmund's Hall. One, I'm not going to tell you because we're going to find that out in a couple videos here. But number two is that there's no shouts to be learned here. So that's good to know. Well, that's pretty much it. Okay, so just, you know, we're kicking ass on these Draugrs.
Short and bloody. They never knew what hit them.
Well, oh, and by the way, earlier you saw that I did put those symbols in the pillars and got the door to open, so that was what we needed to do there. And it ended up being the right combination, so, and that was right for this area here. Okay, so, grabbing these mushrooms and so forth, and did I hear another Indiana Jones trap maybe? Or, I have no idea what I heard. But I'm just foraging still at this point. Geirmund's Hall is a little bit of a longer, well, not long, it's not that long. It is certainly longer than the Shroud Hearth Barrow that we were just looking at, but it's not that long. Unfortunately, there's not this deep, in-depth discussion about Geirmund's Hall on the wiki page like there was for the 7,000 Steps. Anyway, I might switch to the Orcish shortbow. Looks like it does just a hair more damage than the Halovian shortbow that I was using. Ruined books are virtually worthless, by the way. As if you can tell. So, heading up here now, and looks interesting, to say the least. There's a door there that I can't seem to access from this position. And my guys are walking around kind of confused. I'm looking around, but and I think I just took damage. It must have been an arrow or something, but I'm not sure if it was a trap or somebody shooting at me. There was a dot on my radar. I thought it must be somebody shooting at me. It feels like that. And my guys are running around like crazy people with their weapons out, but I don't know where they're going. I don't see anybody. Well, let's go back up here and see if we can loot the rest of this real quick and then maybe move on. Lord Geirmund's key, that seems like it'll be useful. Search Geirmund's. This is the body of the battle mage dude. And that was a pretty lousy loot from such a powerful sounding figure. Anyway. Let's go and read that. Okay, the Lost Legends was the one that we saw earlier. Again, this is talking about Geirmund as the powerful wizard that was for the king's battle mage, blah, 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 blah. And something about Galder. Galder did something bad, and he had to get his name removed from the history book, something or other. I really should pause and read that more thoroughly, but I just did not have time with the speed that I read it in the game. So I'll have to, if you want to read that, go ahead and pause it and read it. It talks about Geirmund and Galder. Okay, so let's go on, move on with the next phase here. We can go ahead and shoot him in the head several times repeatedly.
You'll have to come and get it.
Well, that was a pretty easy battle, but I was nearly killed. And I did level though, so let's go ahead and choose a thing. I'm going to choose health just to bolster my durability and limit my squishiness, as it were. And let's take a look at some of our archery skills here. Point blank would give us a pretty good damage bonus. Focus is just good all around. Power draws for longbow. Eagle eyes for longbow. I'm inclined to do focus, but okay. Ballistic for certain types of thing. I'm inclined to do this. Just 15 faster, 15 more damage for any bow. And crossbows get through armor better, so that's just all around good. Okay, so moving on to the next section, we had this spider that we killed, and there's some stuff on that table I should grab. And some stuff on this bookshelf that looks pretty... Those ruined books are just worthless. I think they're just there for flavoring, essentially. They're not really a useful item in the game. I think you can use, like, a certain number of them to make something, or maybe build a fire or something, but pretty darn useless overall. You know, the nice thing about doing the commentary after the video is that I'm not absolutely concentrating on the game. And even though that's an important part of these videos, what I'm doing in the video, obviously, I can look things up in the meantime. So I went ahead and looked up Ruined Book, and I can give you a little info on that. Ruined books, as well as burned books, are components needed to craft spell tomes using the Atronach Forge. Ruined books cannot be read like normal books, only picked up. There are two variations that can be found. So I guess if you're going to be doing spell tome crafting, you'll need some of these, but you know, I'm not going to be doing that, at least not right now. And so I'm going to leave them all in place in their dungeons, and maybe someday I'll come back for them or whatever, but right now I'm just going to go forward without them. Switch to my melee here, and we're really getting deep into this dungeon now, so, you know, that's good. This steel war axe, by the way, is going to be a better weapon for me. So I'm just doing a little inventory looking here. I inadvertently, see that monster there, that Draugr made me drop some items there, you probably noticed. So I had to pick them up again, but I accidentally picked up a shield because, and I definitely want this axe. It's a really good axe. Very expensive. I definitely had to pick up my axe, and then even the shield later I had to pick up. So if you're turning to these weapons, current axe, so this one does 27 damage, my silver war axe does 23. So I'm going to do the 27 damage. And it's not magic either, so that's good too, because I don't have to worry about using charges. Sorry about that, Balfar. Anyway. So, some generic items there, let's keep going. Okay, so we've got an opening here. Okay, and then that almost killed me there when I tried to activate the switch that was going to lower that bridge. So I went down to the other direction. I don't know why. Because I guess I didn't go that way before. Because I could see that the left path there was the way to carry on with the dungeon. So I decided I needed to go right and make sure that there wasn't anything valuable over here before I moved on. So I did. That way's blocked off. Should have gone that way to begin with. Linen wrap, why did I take that? I don't need that. Okay, anyway. Let's go back to that drawbridge area and see if we can find a way to make that bridge.
Show yourself.
My people are still concerned there's like an enemy in the area or whatever, but I don't know what they're talking about. Okay, so back towards this drawbridge thing. Looking around for a lever or some way to activate that bridge. There's the bridge, there's the lever I already pushed, there's another lever right there. It's kind of tucked in behind this wall here. And there's an enemy. Okay, great. Let's kill him.
And let's be done with all that.
Nice block. Not so much on his... Oh, and he just got fireballed. Alright guys, make sure you don't fall off the edge there, Geirmund. Okay, and there's that opening we saw earlier, so we should probably jump down there and see what that's all about, huh? So I'm gonna save it here and jump down. Okay, I missed the first time, so I walked back up rather than load for some reason, and we'll try again. Shouldn't be that hard. I didn't even jump this time, and we made it. Okay, good. So I gotta open this door real quick, so let's go ahead and see what's inside. And ow! Just got flamethrowered. Okay, that was not cool. Guess we'll try this again. This time we'll stand out of the way of the flamethrowing door. Okay, made it. Stand out of the way. Very nice. Fireball's gone. Now I think we can go in. Got a soul gem there. I don't even know what soul gems do yet in this game. Okay, this is an expert lock. Now, I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but I'm going to show you how you might go about breaking one of these things, because if you put any pressure at all on any spot that's not somewhat close to the actual spot, it's going to break real quick. Okay, so, you know, if you're going to do an expert lock at this level in the game, you're going to plan on spending quite a few lockpicks, probably. Okay, we're getting somewhere here. Wow. You know, the chances of me opening that with only like 4 lockpicks broken were astronomically against me. That was a really lucky outcome there. I'm going to take the expensive stuff, the good value to weight stuff, leave everything else behind, and moving on with the dungeon. Let's go back up to that drawbridge and see where it goes, shall we? The video's almost over. I'm going to go ahead and put a pause, you know, kind of break it up into Geirmund's Hall Part 1, Geirmund's Hall Part 2 kind of a deal. But, you know, this part has been fun, and it's actually the prior part with Shroud, Hearth, Barrow was fun too. So, I hope you enjoyed that. Okay, there's the lever for this part of the drawbridge. Go ahead and activate that. I assume there'll be some more Draugr. Yes. Let's go ahead and take them out. Shouldn't be too hard.
Yes.
If my people were here, it'd be easy. That axe is really kicking ass, actually. And they got me. They double teamed me, and they just nailed me. So I reloaded up here, and We crossed the bridge. I killed them this time. We crossed the bridge, and then there's these giant swinging axes. So we'll pick it up there next time on Let's Play Skyrim, and if you've been watching, just remember, Professor Snuggles is looking out for you.